Documents were reportedly emailed and sent via the courier firm FedEx to the Duke of York TM's U.S. lawyer, Andrew Brettler, in Los Angeles on Monday. The Duke of York's legal team have been given 7 days by the High Court to challenge its decision to begin notifying Andrew about the U.S. civil case against him. The High Court in London accepted last Wednesday a request by Virginia Giuffre's lawyers to formally contact the Duke about the legal proceedings launched in the U.S. Giuffre is suing Prince Andrew for allegedly sexually assaulting her when she was 17 years old. Prince Andrew denies the allegations. On Monday evening, managing editor of Law Crime News Adam Klasfeld tweeted documents on Twitter and wrote, "Prince Andrew's been served." Again, Virginia Giuffre's lawyer says. And lest there be any doubt about service, a federal judge has issued a formal request to the UK government, known as a letters rogatory, on the matter. ITV News royal editor Chris Shipp also posted on Twitter. He wrote, "It looks like Prince Andrew has been served the court papers from his accuser Virginia Giuffre." It was emailed and FedEx TMD to his new U.S. lawyer Andrew Brettler in Los Angeles today, the 20th of September. The issue of whether or not Andrew has been notified about the case known as service of proceedings was contested during the first pre-trial hearing of the civil case in New York on September 13. David Boies, representing Giuffre, said papers had been delivered to the last known address of the defendant and documents had also been sent by Royal Mail. Andrew Brettler, the Duke's attorney, said the Royals' legal team contested the validity of service to date, and insisted he has not been properly served under either UK or international law. Mr. Brettler also told the hearing, Giuffre had previously entered into a settlement agreement in 2009 that would potentially nullify her case. On Thursday, Manhattan Judge Loretta Pritzker said Andrew could request the unsealing of the document agreed between Giuffre and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Last Wednesday, the High Court in London accepted a request by Giuffre's lawyers to formally contact Andrew about the legal proceedings launched in America. It is understood the Duke TM's team are contesting the court's decision. The High Court said in a statement, lawyers for Prince Andrew have indicated that they may seek to challenge the decision of the High Court to recognize the validity of the Hague Convention request for service made by Ms. Giuffre's lawyers. The High Court has directed that any challenge must be made by close of business on September 24. A lawsuit was initially filed in New York by Giuffre on August 9 and accuses Prince Andrew of sexually assaulting her 3 times when she was under the age of 18. Virginia Giuffre claims she was forced to have sexual intercourse with the Duke of York at the London home of Ghislaine Maxwell in 2001. Don't miss Virginia Giuffre, now 38 years old, also claims Andrew sexually assaulted her at a New York mansion and at a private island in the Caribbean owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Prince Andrew, 61, denies all the allegations. The Duke stepped down from royal duties for the foreseeable future in November 2019. TV News host Dan Wootton spoke to Republican Ken Livingstone and royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams on Prince Charles becoming king. Mr. Wootton claimed that Prince Charles was very much the weak link in the royal family. He made this claim based on recent polling that saw Charles the 7th most popular royal. Mr. Wootton said, "What Ken Livingstone seems to have picked up on though is that Prince Charles is the weak link. Ken, you must acknowledge that the public adore Prince William and Kate. When you look at the polls, even though it would not be constitutional, the public actually loves the idea as Prince William taking over the throne. Do you think you have a small window of opportunity when Charles is on the throne?" Mr. Livingstone admitted he did not think it was likely the British public would want to get rid of the royal family even if Prince Charles was not popular. Mr. Wootton later added, "So realistically, you don't think you are going to win this argument?" Mr. Livingstone said, "When I die, there will be a monarch on the throne." The GB News host agreed but noted it came close after the death of Princess Diana. He added that the Queen was able to silence these calls and appeals to the public against afterwards, however. The Queen was ranked the most popular royal and topped the list. She was followed by Prince William and Kate, who placed second and third. Prince Philip placed fourth, Princess Anne fifth, and Zara Phillips placed sixth. Prince Charles then came in at seventh ahead of Sophie, Countess of Wessex, at eighth. Prince Edward placed ninth, followed by Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall. Meghan and Harry recently received a stellar accolade as they were named in Time magazine's prestigious list of the 100 most influential people in the world. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were celebrated on the front cover of the publication in striking new images that took the world by storm. But now royal expert and author Duncan Larkham has sensationally claimed Kate and William will be anxious about the photos. He told OK, Kate and William are in danger of being dragged into a transatlantic popularity contest. They will feel anxious over the cover and everything Harry and Meghan do, as it always seems to reflect on them. William and Kate are concerned about absolutely everything that comes out of America in regards to Harry and Meghan, especially Harry's tell-all warts and all memoir that's gonna hit the shelves sometime next year. They have no control over the narrative. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex said they were humbled to be featured on the list. As part of the illustrious nod, Meghan and Harry were profiled by chef Joss Copyright Andra Copyright S, a founder of the World Central Kitchen, one of the charities the Duke and Duchess's foundation, Artual, endorses. He said, "Springing into action is not the easy choice for a young Duke and Duchess who have been blessed through birth and talent, and burned by fame. It would be much safer to enjoy their good fortune and stay silent. That's not what Harry and Meghan do, or who they are. They turn compassion into boots on the ground through their Artual Foundation. They give voice to the voiceless through media production. Hand in hand with non-profit partners, they take risks to help communities in need, offering mental health support to Black women and girls in the US, and feeding those affected by natural disasters in India and the Caribbean." Follow below for live updates. Queen Elizabeth II is said to be not keen on Prince Charles's plans to turn Buckingham Palace into a public museum. Do you agree with her, or do you think it's a great idea? Vote in our exclusive poll. James Bickerton takes over live reporting from Chloe Davis. 2:27 p.m. update. Princess Anne's snide remark during Chelsea Flower Show visit: "Loads of old rubbish here. The Princess Royal is to represent the royal family at this year's RHS Chelsea Flower Show, while the Queen is set to be a notable absentee." Mr. Bailey, who is also a writer, told Garden TMS Illustrated, "One of the funnier stories was when Princess Anne came to the edge of my garden one year. She leant over to me and whispered, 'There TMS a load of old rubbish here, but this is lovely.'" 1:54 p.m. update. Royal family widely concerned as Harry's $20 million memoir must deliver for Prince. The royal family and royal staffer are said to be concerned about the details Prince Harry will provide about his experience in the firm to justify an alleged $20 million advance on his memoir. Royal commentator Nick Bullen claimed the firm and most staffers are now concerned about the potential revelations the Duke of Sussex may make in his upcoming memoir after receiving a reported $20 million advance for the book. Speaking to Royally US, Mr. Bullen said, "History has proven so far that private conversations have been leaked. Information that should have stayed within the family has, somehow, found its way into the media. The thing that must be concerning not just the royal family but all of those working in the royal household is what is going to be in this book." 1:41 p.m. update. Harry and William's intriguing dissimilarity as children explained, he was crying. Prince William and Prince Harry's differences as brothers first manifested themselves from a very early age, unearthed accounts claim. It was on their first skiing trip back in April 1991 that the real intriguing dissimilarities between the brothers first emerged. Princess Diana took her sons to the Austrian skiing resort of Lech, where journalist Paul Harris was also sent to report. He spoke to royal expert Angela Levin about the trip in her book Harry, Conversations with the Prince trademark. He told Ms. Levin, "Soon after I got to the nursery slopes, William, then 8, and Harry, 6, arrived with their police protection officers and instructor. I think it was only their second day of tuition, but it soon became obvious they had learned quickly, despite the fact that much of the snow was turning to slush at that time. What was instantly apparent was the difference between the pair in the way they approached this new sport. 1:03 p.m. update. Kate fans looking out for baby bump as Duchess outing fails to quell pregnancy rumours. Royal fans remain unconvinced that Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, is pregnant despite the royal showing no sign of baby number 4 being on the way in her latest outing. Speaking to The List, royal family expert Amanda Lynn suggested how the raft of rumours about Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge's absence from public life over the summer has led royal family observers to keep an eye out for a possible baby bump when Kate appears for future public engagements. Despite the rumours of her 2-month absence from public life, Kate appeared at RAF Brize Norton on Wednesday to meet those who helped with the evacuation of Afghanistan and did not appear to show any signs of a baby bump. 12:22 p.m. update. Queen warned monarchy faces real danger if royal family abandons crucial tradition. The Queen should ensure the royal family keeps to strict tradition in handling their public relations to avoid losing public support, a royal expert has said. Despite the changes the royal family underwent in the last year or so, Her Majesty has been urged to stick close to tradition when it comes to the firm's relationship with the public or face real danger to the future of the monarchy. Commentator Nick Bullen, the founder of True Royalty TV, warned a switch to a more celebrity-like way of addressing scandalous claims could mark the end of the royal family. 11:22 a.m. update. Queen was always wary of Prince Charles's closest mentor. Her mother distrusted him. Queen Elizabeth was always wary of one of Prince Charles's closest confidants, an author has claimed. The Queen was always wary of Lord Louis Mountbatten, Andrew Loney, author of The Mountbattens, has claimed. Mr. Loney, who penned a biography of the last Viceroy of India, and his wife Edwina, told Express.co.uk, the Queen had known Mountbatten since she was a girl and relied on his advice when she first came to the throne in 1953, but she was always wary of him. He continued, Mountbatten made much of his closeness to the Queen, but it is debatable whether she always took his advice. He was regarded as pushy but useful, so he was sent, for example, to recover royal artifacts and letters for the Royal Archives after the death of the Duke of Windsor. 9:05 a.m. update. Prince Andrew urged to go quietly in altruistic move to help Queen. Expert warning the Duke of York must go in an altruistic move to help the Queen, a royal author has claimed. The author claims that Prince Andrew should step away from any position in the royal family, in a move that would help uphold the image of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and the rest of the senior royals. Sally Ottens, co-author of Royal Fever, told Express.co.uk, I think the most altruistic move Prince Andrew can offer Her Majesty and the royal brand is to step away completely from any visible role in the royal family. In agreeing to go quietly, perhaps he can negotiate with Prince Charles to grant his daughters meaningful roles and visibility within the firm. 8:29 a.m. update. Prince Charles's heartbreaking final words to Father Prince Philip on eve of his death. A poignant conversation took place between the father and son on April 8, the day before Prince Philip passed away. Prince of Wales and his father Prince Philip reportedly discussed plans for the latter's trademark 100th birthday celebrations, and Charles received a typical Prince Philip response for his efforts. 8:09 a.m. update. Typical sort of granny. Trademark, Queen looked after Royal Piper's children when his wife was ill. Queen Elizabeth II is a typical sort of granny, according to her former Piper who served in the role for 4 years. Scott Methven spoke to People about how the Queen, 95, gracefully supported him during his wife TM's tragic cancer diagnosis. His wife was diagnosed on their wedding anniversary in 2017 and died a year later. He said, of course, she's Her Majesty the Queen, but to me she was the person who probably got me through this all the way along. 7:25 a.m. update. Barely hear each other. Sophie Wessex tells of conversations with the Queen. 20 feet up. Sophie Wessex shared heartwarming memories of chatting with the Queen and late Prince Philip from their 20 feet up balcony during the previous lockdowns. They could barely hear one another, but at least, they made sure to see each other. During the first lockdown in 2020, They were close enough to visit the elderly monarchs but were not part of their bubble. 7:12 AM update. Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice are contemporizing trademark the royal brand, says expert. Princess Eugenie and older sister Princess Beatrice are contemporizing the royal brand, a royal author believes. The sisters have been praised for recent actions deemed poignant and refreshing and are considered a crucial element of the modern monarchy. Sally Ottens, co-author of Royal Fever, told Express.co.uk, Princess Beatrice recently provided some of the most heartwarming and contemporizing trademark moments for the royal brand.